Hi, I'm Caroline Weilert, Vice President of Marketing at ValleyCrest Landscape Companies. I'm sitting with Greg Vogel, the founder and CEO of Land Advisors Organization, and we're at the ULI Fall Meeting in Los Angeles. Thanks for meeting with me and sitting down to talk
Great
about
to be here. Thank you.
We're going to be talking about the future of planned communities today, and I'm just going to take you through a couple of questions.
Okay.
All right. The first one, if you agree that the issue is what we build versus where we build, how can we shift future development into more cohesively designed neighborhoods and communities?
Well, I think that is a multifaceted question, especially the market we've had the most experience in over the decades, which is the Phoenix metropolitan area. We are across the country, but I'll address it more for the desert Southwest. We have very large-scale master plan communities compared to other areas. The issue of what we build in order to build such as a large-scale active adult community requiring golf courses and the capital investment requires to go out far. So the where we build becomes ex-urban immediately, and it has its own challenges. We're going through that now. Typically there was enough volume to address the needs of the residents that the services would immediately appear, and now there's a breakdown of that. So that is one trend that needs to be addressed. And I think the idea of getting not only the amenity of golf up front, but the other services is really the challenge. The other big issue had been affordability, and the what we built, especially on the edge in large-scale master plan communities, was attempting to get to higher density to offer more affordable living. That is broken down also because of the opportunities within the resale market for larger lots in the suburban environment with privacy and your own pool and your own backyard, and people don't want to buy high density on the edge. So the what we built addressing especially those couple of issues has broken down, and now we're trying to readdress it. Everyone says never, and every time you hear that, it's just a matter of a decade before people forget or the trends change. So what we would see evolving in the future is smaller scale development in more compact elements of services that are provided at the front end. And I do believe that the higher density will still be concentrated in the more urban environments.
Great. So what's the most challenging part of the land development entitlement process, and what can we do to make that easier?
Well, again, if you look across the United States, the answer varies so wildly. We're here in California. The idea of what it takes to get a simple thing done is very, very complex and very costly. If you go to another market we're very active in, such as Houston, where there is literally no zoning, and the only path to entitlement is really resolving for wet utilities. So that answer is so wide across the U.S. in terms of its challenges from a scale of 1 to 10, and California being an 11, and Texas, most markets in Texas being a 1. Now, you would think that communities would become more cooperative in this tougher economic environment. We've seen a little bit of let up, but it's also the federal regulations. So as we think about challenges in land development, it used to be local politics, then it became state-wide initiatives. And now the biggest challenge that is being put before developers is really the government at the highest level, the federal government, causing all kinds of difficulties and challenges as it relates to land use rights. And I would think that with maybe new leadership coming in 2012, that could change and we could get some reasonableness bred back in. But what's happening with the Army Corps of Engineers all the way through to the biological concerns and things that can't be resolved, causing much of a landholding to be worthless is awful in terms of its assault on land use rights, but at the very same time, there is got to be a balance between the economy and the environment. And I think we're finding that in many cases. Community development has gotten much more sensitive in the past decade compared to the previous 2 decades. So I think green is ubiquitous now, and I believe that that is helping get entitlements.
Great. And the final question, which people seem to like the most.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe it's possible to plan community? What's essential for creating community in this next decade?
Well, of course it is possible to plan community, and that's what we see throughout, especially ULI and the community development councils as a whole. The expertise in planning is so advanced. The types of communities we're building, the types of amenities we're bringing, the innovation as it relates to phasing, the innovation as it related to financing got a little too innovative this last cycle. but that will appear again. There will be planned communities of the future. We will continue to see it actually being the preferred place to live. It'll be planned communities, and it will be more urban in terms of the density choice of living on light rail or the walk-to environment. I think the thing that's lost in the middle is really just the scattered subdivision approach of the public builders, where they had a machine of subdivision by subdivision without collective community. But I'm very optimistic about the future of planned communities. I'm also very optimistic about the progress, what we don't now know in regards to what the next amenity will be, golf being the one of the past. And now we're discovering one of the present being the town center, being the walk-to amenities that are being created up front in these communities. So I'm very optimistic.
Great. Well, that's all for today. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Pleasure to be here. Appreciate it very much.